Middle school boys match. 3-all, period 2. Reversal. Now wrestling for Claremore, 120, Scarlet Terrors, complete the Shawnee Willows. Ava Melvin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a quick sound check before we get things started tonight. Junior high boys are wrestling right now. Looks like Clayton Kerry out there on the mat. Scratch that. That's Cade Kerry, the younger brother of Clayton, getting to work out there against a Claremore athlete. Now, just to be aware, I don't have any names on any of these wrestlers tonight, so we're going to do our best to keep up with that. But we are just doing a quick audio check here for the junior high duel so that we can get ready for the next one. So we'll check back in here shortly. Thank you.
Now wrestling on mat 1, Claremore Junior High girls versus the Shawnee Junior High girls. Early 6-0 lead for Claremore off in the fourth one. We've got another early match finish. 35 seconds of period 1, Donna 50 in the call. Shawnee moves to 27-0 on the scoreboard, and we go on to 130. Claremore's duel. And we've got a match going on down on McCone. I will give you the names as soon as I get it. Kerry wrestling for Shawnee, and his sister wrestling for Claremore. 102. Good action on that one. Watching that too, we've got a good one between Guthrie and Claremore on that too. Score 0-0. We're now 36-24. Guthrie with the lead. Claremore getting ready to narrow that lead, a 3-point ball. Ball for Claremore, Kerry's lead. 36-32. Excuse me, 36-30. Garcia earned a mistake over on that 3, but he was score 16. Takedown for Garcia now makes the score 9-2 on that 3. Penalty given to Claremore makes the score 8-4. Gyrus, wrestling for Shawnee over Harden. Giving a wrong score at 6-3, Claremore. The decision earned by Kerry. Five. 42-30, Guthrie with the lead. Overall, Matt Woods, Matt Green, Shawnee takes a 45-6 lead. Woods with the ball, now wrestling. Now 155. Shawnee Woods, Ryan Thomason. Now wrestling at 126 with Kelly Gillespie. Kelly Gillespie for the Criminal Duel in Austin for Shawnee Woods. That's the end of period one. Score 5-4. move to 170. Hit 62-12. Shawnee earns the victory, 66-12. We're going to do one exhibition match.
Here comes it,
Score still 27-12. We're at 155 on. This is another extra for the Zoomers. Mariana Chapman wrestling for the Royals. We're back into action. Back points. Being earned. Four back points earned. Chapman extends the lead to 7-0 as we go to period 2. Taylor Fox up the ball. Exhibition match.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live inside of the Shawnee Junior High for what is a tri-duel in 5A Oklahoma Wrestling. I am Sean Silvis, live with you here on the GNP Network on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in as we get things going for this duel. Please note there are 3 mats going. There is a very, very loud PA system that I'm sure you can hear. And there are people all around my crowd mic trying to get some airtime. So this setup is not ideal, but it is what we got to work with. Also, I apologize for any internet connections that are a little wonky. We are having a fun time trying to get things set up here, so I do apologize. Tonight's first duel for Guthrie is going to be Claremore, currently ranked number 10 in Class 5A. They got several wrestlers that are ranked in the state, starting out with one of their 113-pounders, I do believe. Guthrie coming in ranked number 15th in the state, trying to bump up that rating as well as the season goes on. A great start off. And trying to identify wrestlers, guys, I do apologize. Was not given the weigh-in sheets until late, so I'm trying to decipher who it is. Joel Landry from Guthrie, you see there in the blue. And Claremore at 113 pounds is wrestling Dawson Beck. And Joel looks like he's got heavy hips here, getting around, getting that takedown. as they go out of bounds in the first period. Still 0-0 on the score. High school wrestling is 2 minutes for each period. So these are going to be 2 minutes to start every one of these periods. Looks like Landry's to his feet here as he gets pushed out of bounds by Back. Did a great job base building, coming right to his feet. Doing exactly what you want to do here. Gets reset. And Back did a good job just getting him under control, out of bounds. Good bar arm chop here as Landry's trying to maintain his base. Back going for a chicken wing. Looks like he's got the bar arm on the far side, so he's got a seat belt and he's got a chicken wing here. If he can get elbow to elbow, that means he's going to have to dig his right arm a little bit deeper. He'll be eligible for a tilt or to run this chicken wing like he's doing. And Landry's doing a good job posting on the outside. He's just got to watch because Back can go both ways. If he pushes too hard, Back will pull him over. Looks like he's going to try to drive him, and there he goes, taking it back the other way with a tilt. Trouble with that chicken wing is if you stop it one way, you set yourself up for the other side. So it's real tricky. You want to stop this before it starts. Landry did a good job peeling hands, able to get his hand free off that seat belt. And now he gets himself free in a big-time scramble. Looks like he's going to pick up no. Still no loss of control. Landry wrestling really hard here. Gets caught in a snake on his back and pinned. Very quick that happened as Dawson Beck reacted very well to that scramble. And a little bit, you know, Landry was doing everything right. He finally got up, just got a little bit too aggressive. Instead of trying to get the escape, he reattacks, just being aggressive, and gets caught in a nasty stake. Dawson Beck did a good job there with that. Current duel score now is 12-0 with a forfeit at 113 pounds and then a pin fall. It's going to bring up 12-0 for the Zeebs of Claremore. Uriah Sisk for the Bluejays is going to be wrestling here. And for Claremore, Uriah's got both hands caught up here. Weighing in at 119 pounds. I'm assuming this is Tristan Peters. That's what we're going to call him anyway. Now Peters trying to hook that ankle and get a roll through. If he can get that knee over top, now he can get back into scramble. Referee's got to watch these knees as Uriah very flexible. And in some just crazy roll around wrestling, Uriah Sisk tries to roll back over his back. Now he's caught on his back. Looks like he's going to weasel out of this one, but boy, he's tight in there. Peters picks up 4 for the near fall, and he goes right back onto a headlock. These Claremore Zebras, very explosive coming out of these ties. We've seen a snake, we've seen a headlock. Very aggressive, and now Uriah Sisk just being squirrely here on top. He ends up getting back to top. Now he's on top. He's got Peters in a near fall situation. As they roll back and forth and start heading out of bounds. Not sure what the referee's going to call here. Very interesting scramble for no points to transfer as Uriah Sisk had Peters on his back. And then Peters was able to continue that motion and get out. Off the whistle, Sisk chooses to grab hands. He's going to try to peel hands here. And in doing so, gave up his arm, and now he's giving up legs here, running back for a spladle. Tristan Peters is in trouble, but he's still got his leg in on the far side. Look for him to sit here and burn the clock, but he could roll back if Uriah gets too crazy, as he does right here. Yeah, from that spladle position, Sisk was good to just sit and wait. He went for that head, and Peters went to roll back. Now, these Claremore Zeebs are very, very crafty in these situations. And now Coach Jaden Davenport comes out asking 4 points, wanting to make sure, not asking for 4 points, but asking for clarification on whose choice it was. And so it turns out it was Guthrie's choice to defer. And so then the Zebras get to pick. They choose neutral. Or vice versa, I guess. I think it was Zebra's choice. They defer. Guthrie picks neutral. Fireman's carry by Tristan Peters. Got Uriah Sisk on his back. Slick little fireman's dump. That's 7 more points on the board for Claremore. 2 moves for 7 points has put the score here. Should be 3 for a takedown, 4 for near fall. Once he gets awarded the near fall, he'll get that 4 points. But he's not going to get awarded until Sisk gets off his back. So he got the 3 for the takedown. He's got 4 if Sisk can get up. But if not, it'll just be a pin. Looks like Uriah's going to get off his back here. Boy, flexible is his back. Uriah trying to base up, trying to build up here. He's got an outside single. He'd be smart to just clear his leg and try to just get up and get out, but he's going to try to finish this as the clock burns down under 50 seconds. And now Uriah's got himself a double leg, and Peters is looking to sit, probably to throw him over top and get a tilt, but Uriah's coming out the back door now, doing a good job. Oh, he let the leg go. Oh, just had the right idea, just the wrong application. Tristan Peters dodges a bullet there, able to stay on top. And now Sisk has got to find a way to get back to his base and get out as Peters puts in a leg. And this is going to be a tough one to get out of in 20 seconds. Going for the half on the far side. Look for him to try to pull that out and put it over top of his head. Or he's just going to, looks like he's looking up at the clock. He's going to ride this one out. He's up 14-0. Needs 1 more point for a tech fall. That'll be more bonus for Claremore. Coach Davenport, there's that half. Coach Davenport's going to need Uriah to put some more points on the board to not give up more bonus. As these guys, Aiden Smith goes in for a shot here. Heavy ties. Starky now trying to get that fireman's carry. We've seen it twice in the last match. Loses the arm, and Aiden Smith now wrestles his way out. Blocking good with his head. He's got good head position. And now Starky snags that leg in, and he's pulling it in for a single leg. He stepped over. He's just got to get his head out. Once he pops his head out, he'll get the 3 points. Look at Aiden Smith doing a good job keeping that head in between his legs, looking for his on that spiral, breaks him down. Inside bar arms, doing a lot of work on top. It's what you want to see from the top wrestler. Busy, moving from one thing to another, makes it hard for the bottom guy to really lock in on what's going on. He's just trying to wrestle safe. Kind of nervous to do too much. 5 seconds to go here. Aiden Smith's got to stay on top to keep this lead. Aiden Starky's going to finish on bottom for Claremore, up 3-0. Aiden Smith for the Bluejays, out to the first lead of the night. As so far it's been all Claremore, but now Aiden Smith gets choice. Blue Jay coaches want to put Aiden Smith down. He's going to get set. Casey Starky for the Zebras. He gets back to his knees with that leg in. Makes it very easy for Starky. It's like you're helping the top guy stay hooked up. Starky more than happy to hook that leg and stay riding here. Looking for a cradle on the far side. He will also have a power half if he can get his arm back. It looks like he really wants that cradle. But if you remember the first match, we saw a spladle as well. Now Aiden Smith able to dig that leg out. He's got it to the front. He's got a reversal here, very patient. He did a good job working. Now he goes straight to the half, transfers for 2 points, and transitions nicely into a half. He's got 4 points near fall, and now he's looking for the pin here. He's got this locked up tight. Starky fighting hard off his back, but not enough. Aiden Smith picks up 6 points for the Blue Jays, and that's the first points of the night for Guthrie. Gets them on the board, and Aiden Smith looks solid tonight. Wrestled very good. And as we move on, Getting some momentum built here. We're moving on to 132 pounds. £132, Josh Mendez for Claremore is taken on Kyler Wilder of Guthrie. Kyler making his varsity debut here for the Bluejays as a sophomore. And Josh Mendez with the takedown gets a leg in, and now going straight for back points. Very common theme here by Claremore is they're taking Guthrie down to their back. 7-point takedowns are hard to overcome, but Kyler Wilder able to get out of there before the 4 count. Referee counted twice. That's good for 2 points. So when a wrestler is turned over to their back, that means when their shoulders are 45 degrees to the mat, the referee will start swiping his arm and counting. When he counts, if he gets to 2, 2 points for the wrestler on top. If he counts 3, that's 3 points. If he counts 4, that's 4 points. So basically every second that the wrestler is on his back up to 4 seconds, the top wrestler will be awarded that many points. So you can get 2 points, 3 points, or 4 points for near fall if you break that 45-degree plane. That's what happened there, as Mendez was able to break that plane off the takedown. He got a 2 count, and now he's going to pick up, looks like 4 more points here, as Wilder does a great job of just toughing his way out of that. Doesn't get himself pinned, but Mendez able to pick up 4 more points for near fall. That's going to bump the score up 9-0 for Josh Mendez of Claremore as we barrel down under 5 seconds into the first period. It's a big one for Claremore, but Kyler Wilder stays alive as he makes it into the second period, as Guthrie's going to come back now into a big climb. One thing about Kyler Wilder, never out of a match. He can do about anything from anywhere. Dangerous and a little crafty, so we'll see what he can do on top here as Mendez gets his choice. He'll go down as Wilder got it in the last match. Hard to get that out when you're on your knees. Going to have to hip down. And now Mendez is pulling that arm of Wilder, going to try to put it behind his head. And if he does, look for him to lay back to pick up some more near fall. It's a tough position for Wilder. So he's really struggling here to get off bottom. When that leg's locked in, now he's got a tilt locked up. He reached between the legs and grabbed the far arm. And he's got a tilt if he wants it. But Wilder doing a good job getting stubborn here, not letting that go over. And you notice he got down to his belly, got his hip down, able to get his leg straight, which unlocked it. It's kind of like a key lock. He unlocked it. Now he's able to get his leg out. He's loose now. He's just got to try to get to his feet. Does a good job, tripod here. Goes for a sit out, goes for a big switch. Good job, Kyler Wilder picks up 2 for the reversal. Was able to dig his leg out, able to get to work. Now he's going for a cradle. He's got a cradle locked up, and he's getting near fall. Kyler Wilder's getting near fall. He's got to try to pick up a pin here. He's got 28 seconds. Awful loose here. Josh Mendez able to belly down, but Wilder picked up near fall. Not sure how many. Looks like the referee's holding on to 4. That's going to be a 6-point swing. Kyler Wilder got himself back in the match with the reversal and a cradle. He's got it locked up under 10 seconds. Doesn't need to force this here. Needs to be happy he got those points. And boy, now the Blue Jay coaches are going to have a choice on what to do with him. I'd look for him to go back on top. But coaches are talking. Jay Howard and Jaden Davenport down there on the side, trying to make a call, and that's exactly what they do. They put Kyler Wilder back on top where he had success, and he's going to need to try to pick up some more near fall here if he's going to win this match. He's back in it now. It was a major decision coming at him, and then sure enough, back on that cradle. He's got it locked up, but Mendez able to kick his leg straight. Kyler's really, really high. He's got the suicide cradle on the far side, but Mendez has his head caught in a headlock. Wilder's got to try to sit back. He doesn't quite have the cradle. He's just got to lock around the waist. Odd position, and now Wilder's in all kinds of trouble as Mendez able to force his way out and pick up a reversal for 2 more points. And now Mendez back to work. Wilder, though, if he can find a way to get back on top, he's had success there, and that's really going to be his best bet. But now Mendez forces a leg in on top. He's going to put them both in and set up, and that's exactly what happens. 2 legs in now. It's a tough position, and Wilder's got to try to get, you can see it, that little green shoe there in the camera. Wilder's got to try to get one of his legs over top of that. There he goes. He's fishing it out. He's trying to get those legs over top to one. He's doing this right. His coaches are walking him through it. He's doing this right. It's just a tough position. You got to work step by step to get those legs out. And meanwhile, Mendez is trying to crank a half on the top side. It's not easy to do, but Wilder's doing what he's supposed to here. And now Mendez trying to tilt over to a half. There he goes to a rip on the other side. Now he's sort of in a Turk position, and Wilder is trying for a defensive fall. You see him up there locking his hands behind that head. He's trying for a defensive fall, and now it's a struggle here. Wilder's trying to literally go to his back that would hold Mendez to his back. And now he's circling around to the front. He's got to get his foot out. He's got to get his left foot unhooked. And now he's got Mendez in trouble, and Mendez rolls through. Good night. A lot of scrambles here at the end. Wilder was not able to pick up any points through all that transition, but he took an 11-point deficit into a 9-13 loss. Did a great job on the comeback. Really 11 points by Josh Mendez in the first period. And in the second and third period, Kyler Wilder came back. Looks like final score is going to be 6-16. Wilder able to come back and make a match of that. Did a great job. But what a fun one there by Josh Mendez and Kyler Wilder. And next we're going to move up to 138 pounds. And I believe that's going to be a 4-point. I think it's a four more points for the Zebras on that bonus win. As we move on to 138 pounds, looks like Cale Schultz is going to be wrestling. That a few folks, I apologize. Cale Schultz with an early takedown, and Aiden Harden doing a good job trying to reverse that position. Now they're just kind of in a stalemate position here. No one can really advance. Harden's got that knee bent back real far, and Schultz is just kind of hanging on here, trying to hang out, run that clock down. Harden's trying to get his hips up and weasel himself out. Schultz doing a good job just keeping his shoulder down, keeping pressure. Harden keeps on climbing. Just needs to make sure he doesn't give up his back. And now he gets back to his base. Under 9 seconds in the first period of this matchup. Cale Schultz leading Aiden Harden of Guthrie 3-0. Right here at the end, Aiden Harden reaches back and sort of gets into a kind of reverse cradle position. Wasn't able to score, ran out of time, but we are now back to action. Second period, Aiden Harden of Guthrie versus Cale Schultz of Claremore. And the Zebra goes on top, Bluejay down. Second period, back to action. Foot on the backside, you can see it sticking up in the top of the camera. And Harden's trying to step over without getting turned, just being crafty here. It's not really a move more than it is just a crafty position, as Harden's trying to get himself out of here. Really needs to try to get to his base as he works himself up. Posting up, he's doing a good job of not getting turned. He's got to get back to a solid position. He was trying to get his hips up so he could get into that quad pod position. That wasn't quite happening for him. So he's got his head on the mat. You see him get his arm through. I don't know if he's trying to get a spladle here. I don't know just walked right into a leg cradle. All kinds of trouble. Able to get up, but gave up 4 near fall. Kind of locked himself in it, trying to get crafty to get out, but got himself locked into it. And Schultz was happy to pick up those extra 4 points. And now Harden's inside the well here and is going to run out of time as Schultz again, as the period ends, Aiden Harden's got him in trouble but just runs out of time. Choice is going to go to Schultz. He's going to go down. And Blue Jay Aiden Harden on top. Schultz winning 7-0 as Aiden Harden tries to make it.
7-0 lead during halftime. Period 1.
And we're back to action here. Aiden Harden's got a leg in. He's got that figure 4 hooked up. He's got good hip pressure. He's going to have to try to find a way to score from top position. Was not able to do so from his feet. Was not able to get away on bottom. And this will be one of the dominant positions for Aiden Harden. If he can manage to get a couple of turns, he can get back in this match. Remember, near fall, he can get 2 points, he can get 3 points, or he can get 4 points, depending on how many seconds he can hold him. So he's going to have to get a couple of turns, which is very doable. Now he's trying to Turk here. Not going to work the way that Turk would harm a tall wrestler like Schultz. Now you'll be running a half on one side. You're trying to get a bar arm on the other. The half presents itself on the far side, and so you hit it, but you forget you got the other one in on the other side, and you pick up a full Nelson. Happens quite often, but it costs a point every time. And now Schultz is to his feet. Aiden Hart's trying to get the return as he does, gets him back on the mat, and Schultz was nearly out. And now Harden is going to have to get to work with something big. Don't think he's going to have time to turn him twice. He's going to have to try to turn him over for a pin. He's got a leg in. He's got him bellied out. Trying to dig these bar arms, trying to get for a half. Schultz is happy to sit right here to burn this clock up as he gets the leg out and bases back up. Aiden Harden now really trying to get to work to do something. Look for him to go out front and do something crazy. Parker Warren for Claremore is going to take on Luke Lyons of Guthrie. Senior Luke Lyons making his debut for the Blue Jays tonight. In on an outside single left side for Warren. He's in deep. Luke Lyons familiar with this position for sure. We've seen him wrestle out of here a lot the last couple of years, able to get that leg out. Dodged a bullet on that one. Let's see what he can do on offense as he works himself into a fireman's carry. Nicely done. That's a 3-point fireman's carry takedown for Luke Lyons. Looks sharp doing it. A wrestler that really does have a stellar offense when he's aggressive. And here he's looking for a roll through tilt. And that's a 4-point near fall as he stayed there for 4. And that's going to give him a 7-point lead. Luke Lyons in 1 minute gets 7 points and lets Warren go. It's going to be a point for Warren, and now they're back on their feet as Luke Lyons goes back to work, looking to score some more points. I'm sure before this match, Jaden Davenport, head coach at Guthrie, said, we need some bonus, we need something. And Luke Lyons is wrestling like that is the case. He gets another 3-point takedown, out to a major decision so far. He's up by 9 as we get down now around 30 seconds. And really doing a great job on top here, Luke Lyons. Working hard here from this position. Not sure if he's going to try to lock up another tilt and pick up 3 more, but Warren's fighting the hands a lot better than he was earlier. As he goes away, Luke Lyons drops to that single leg beautifully. Drops him back down as we get under 5 seconds with a lot of confidence. Luke Lyons is wrestling tonight, as we like to see that if we're a Guthrie Blue Jay fan for sure. Seeing our senior captain wrestle the way we know he can. Choice goes to Luke Lyons. For Guthrie, he's going to go bottom. And he is going to get set as he leads 10-1 over Parker Warren. Luke Lyons to his feet quick, fights hands, centers around, sprawls, picks up the reversal. Now he's got a barbed wire locked up. And now he switches to a crossface cradle. Looks like he's not going to be able to get that either, but he does have that crossface on the far side. Some more bonus points on the board. And we move on to 150 pounds as Gunnar Murray for the Zebras. We'll see who Guthrie marches out here at 150 pounds. Looks like Thomas Gyrus is going to be wrestling for Guthrie. Junior Thomas Gyrus. As we kick off this score, but gets right back off his base, but now the bar arm ends. Hook up that bar arm and then the chicken wing. Now Gyrus kind of stuck in a position here where he's got an inside bar arm, trying to base up. Hard to do so when a guy's got your post. We're down under 40 seconds in the first. Gunnar Murray's up by 7. He got a takedown, he got near fall. And now Gyrus battling on bottom, was nearly out a couple of times, but Gunnar Murray was able to stay on top through those scrambles as he maintains control. We go out of bounds, Gyrus on bottom, Gunnar Murray back on top. As we kick things going, 35 seconds to go. There's that roll through tilt. Was able to bar the arm, catch it, and then roll through on that seatbelt tilt. And he picked up 4 points for near fall. That's going to put him up 11-0. And now runs the half is Gunnar Murray. He's got the elbow high. Gyrus has got the legs locked up. You can see he's got those legs twisted up. Murray needs to be able to get out front and run around the head. And Gyrus is holding on to that foot, or he was, and that was making it difficult for Murray to score. And now as we run out of time, looks like the fall comes with 2 seconds as Gunnar Murray's going to pick up 6 more points for Claremore at 150 pounds. And we're going to move on to 157 pounds. Zebes are picking up a lot of bonus wins here, as Hayden Lee, wrestling for the Zebras, is going to be taking on Colton Stevens of Guthrie. Wrestling on the edge here. Colton Stevens has got a cradle he's working on. So they're allowed to wrestle outside of the circle as long as any part of either one of the wrestlers' bodies are inside that circle. Now, if they go onto the hardwood or they run into another wrestler from another mat, they'll stop the match. Otherwise, they're going to let them wrestle out of bounds and get a chance to score as much as they can as long as a piece of either one of the wrestlers is inside that circle. And it doesn't have to be on the mat. They don't have to be touching inside the circle. They just have to be inside the circle. So on the edge of the mat, they got to wrestle clear out of bounds. Everybody has to be completely out of bounds before the referee will blow the whistle. Colton Stevens now working on top. He's got that back leg trapped. Just a little ankle ride. Sometimes you'll see guys elevate that. Sometimes they'll just hook it. Makes it hard for the bottom guy to get too squirrely. They can't shift left or right because they're sitting over top of that leg. He's got to get that leg out if he's going to try to get out. But Colton Stevens now has got a seatbelt. He's got a bar arm chop. He's got that seatbelt caught on the far side. Can't see what he's trying to do, but it looked like maybe he was trying to run for a tilt. Yeah, he's working on that hammer lock now, trying to pull it back on his back. Lost that. Lee's got a leg. Stevens getting pretty high, but makes the adjustment, gets back behind. Doing a good job floating back there. We're under 5 seconds now in the period. Looks like we're going to end here. Colton Stevens from Guthrie leading 3-0 over Hayden Lee of Claremore. And a choice goes to Guthrie. And Colton Stevens is going to choose bottom. Hayden Lee from the Zebras goes on top as we start this second period of this 157-pound matchup. As Colton Stevens straight to his feet quickly on the whistle. Stays just, man, using that height so well. Was able to stand up, made it hard, but Hayden Lee did a good job staying disciplined. He locks around. Able to pick him up, put him back down on the mat, but now Stevens able to bring himself back to his feet, doing a good job here, gets hand control, and Hayden Lee had to let him go. And now Colton Stevens picks up 1 point for the escape. He's up 4-0. And we're back to work on our feet. In just a short amount of time, there's been quite a bit going on in this match. Well, Stevens talked about his length a little bit ago, but he's so tall for this weight. He's doing a good job using his length and staying at distance. A little head snap outside, not an outside single, but a head in the hole single. But here's a body lock by Hayden Lee to answer that. He lets go of the head in the hole and just hustles around behind. Simple snap and go behind, but did a nice job with it. Squirrely position here. He's got his arm under, he's got a barbed wire locked up, just trying to get it tilted over. And he's going to pick up near fall. Not sure how many he had. Looks like he's close to 3, and he got the 4. That's going to be 4 more points for Clayton, or not Clayton, but Colton Stevens. It's going to be a 15-0 technical fall. That's going to be 5 more team points for the Bluejays as they pick up yet another bonus win by one of their upperclassmen. And really doing a great job are these Bluejays. Trying to make a match of this, trying to catch themselves up. Still down 17-31, but slowly climbing back, getting to the meat of the lineup. Bluejays are starting to make a comeback. Clayton Kerry for the Bluejays. The big-time double leg lift takes him down to his back. Now he's working for that outside cradle on the far side. He's got the cradle locked up. He's got this thing tight. Look for him to get that fall just in time to put the graphic up. Clayton Kerry knocks down 6 more points for the Bluejays. As we move on to £175 for the Bluejays. I'm sorry, for this matchup. Micah Duncan. For Claremore is going to be taking on Malcolm Christian. Of the Bluejays. Heavy ties, little collar pass by Micah Duncan. As he's able to pass by and hustle behind, picks up 3 points to start this match off. 30 seconds off the clock, and now he's got a half on the far side. He's got a bar and a half, and he's running that out front. Look for him to try to get that elbow up over his head. If he can get Malcolm's elbow over his ear, it's going to be problems, but Malcolm doing a good job of posting his outside foot. And boy, Micah Duncan really running that half. He's got it tipped over now, picking up near fall. This is tight. Malcolm Christian in all kinds of trouble, trying to fight off this big, strong kid, trying to power through, but got himself stuck underneath there. And there's a pin for Micah Duncan of Claremore. And that's going to be 6 more points for the Claremore Zebras as we move on to 190 pounds. For Titus Mize. Claremore is going to be taking on Rowan McCone of the Bluejays. Current duel scores 37-23 for the Zeebs so far. came out to a quick and early lead and have led this duel ever since. Guthrie has been making a slow comeback. Looks like they're probably going to run out of town, but Roll McCone with a big-time snap down, throw by, and for three. Now finds himself on top. And he goes back to work in this newfound weight class of 190 pounds, coming all the way up from 155 pounds last year. Put on a lot of size during football, matured. It happens in high school. These kids get bigger. And Roll McCone has definitely done that, trying to grow into this new frame. Aggressive he has always been. As he looked in that first takedown, running with his claw ride. He's going to let Titus Mize go. It's going to be 3-1 for the score. And now Roll McCone goes back to work. Heavy inside ties. Heavy on the fakes. And now Mize goes for a single leg. Pounds. Luckily was able to get Combe at the end of the first. Nearly got three more. But he picks up 3 points and stabs the leg in as his coaches scream no. So looks like he's got a new tool that he hasn't got to use yet. Got himself too high, got himself in a bad way. Roll McCone was able to reverse that and get 2 more for the reversal. Not sure what happened here, but McCone stopped wrestling during the process. I guess he was bleeding, called his own blood time, and stopped wrestling. Not sure what's going to happen here on the score, but Rowan had 3, and then he got a reversal for 2. That was good for 5 points. And then Titus Mize has got an escape. He's actually earned 2 escapes, and he got himself a takedown. That's 5 points. So it was 5-5 before all of the action here at the end. It looked like Mize got up and got away, and he was turning around to come get another takedown. And it looks like the referee's going to award the escape, but not the takedown because a timeout was called in the meantime. Looking over here on mat number 3, Isla Mae Smith from Guthrie taking on an opponent for Claremore. As we wait for this blood to clear up, we'll watch a little bit of Isla Mae as she digs that underhook and starts to get to work here at her respective weight class. Girls program is booming right now in Guthrie. And tonight they're wrestling a junior high duel and a high school duel, ×2. Isla Mae swinging a miss on the headlock and gives herself up to a takedown. Finds herself down 3-0 now, escape point. Mize tries to jump over. McCone just grabs the leg and able to pick up a 3-point takedown. Who started on bottom? I believe Mize should have another point for the escape that he got. When Roll McCone called the injury timeout, he gave up position. Mize went down, so the real score should be 7-8. McCone's still winning. And I'm not sure how many near fall were awarded, but time was definitely running out. Looks like he didn't get any near fall. He just got the 3 for the takedown. We're back on our feet. And Titus Mize has found his way back into this match. Look for him to dive right back in on that same lead leg shot. He's been there all night. Tries for a double leg this time. Transitions over. Gets rolled over to his back. Roll McCone, 3 points for the takedown. He's got him locked down. This is tight. And McCone laying off to the side. Picks up the fall. Picks up the fall over Titus Mize, and that's going to be 6 more points for the Bluejays. Bryce Dennis. Bryce Dennis making his way onto the varsity roster this year. Bryce is a junior, I believe, for the Bluejays. comes over from the football field. Guthrie Bluejays made it all the way to the state playoffs yet again. Bryce was on that football team. Now transitioning his way over to the mat as we're down under a minute into this first period. Score still 0-0. You get into these upper weights, most of the time these guys are not, they're not just going to take shots like the lighter weights will. You get underneath one of these bigger guys and the consequences are dangerous, to say the least. Doesn't mean they're not going to take shots, but they're definitely going to hand fight a lot. They're going to try to make sure that they get their position perfect. They're going to take risks only when they have to. Otherwise, it can be catastrophic, but if they get it timed just right, they can get a nice slick takedown just like anyone else. But there's a takedown attempt. Both these guys are kind of taking more of a snatch single approach, not really wanting to go underneath. Wise for sure as we end this first period. It's scoreless. Bryce Dennis of the Bluejays is going to have choice. They defer to Xavier Duncan from Claremore. He's going to go bottom. Bryce Dennis on top. We're back to action here in the second period. 0-0 is the score. Dennis trying to gets a little high to the front, able to get himself behind. Xavier Duncan trying to grab that wrist and pull Dennis over. Looks like that's his strategy on bottom as he gets Bryce Dennis too high. He's able to squirrel his way out and come through the back door. And he earns 1 point for that escape as Bryce Dennis. Now the Bluejays now trying to find some success here on his feet. 1-0 is where Xavier Duncan finds himself. As he settles in on his feet, we're down to 1 minute and 15 seconds in the second period. Bryce Dennis, a standing high crotch, crosses off to a double. High crotch to a double as they go out of bounds. And they are, Coach Davenport just asking for an explanation, asking what the referee saw. And boy, Xavier Duncan dodged a bullet on that one. Bryce Dennis had him taken down, and he got him taken down. He just wasn't able to take him down inside of regulation. I'm sorry, inside of the out-of-bounds line. Bryce Dennis now back to work. Trailing 4-0. Xavier Duncan going to go in on top here with 24 seconds left to go. Dennis tries to stand up on the whistle. Xavier Duncan shut that down quick. He's got a bar. Now he's working this hammer lock. Now he's got the half on the outside. And he is working that. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to score with it. And now the Guthrie coaches have a decision to make, as it's going to be their call. And they're going to choose neutral. Dennis did have some success with that takedown that went out of bounds. He didn't score with it, but he definitely proved he can get there and make something happen. He's going to have to get a couple of takedowns here, maybe a takedown with a near fall. He's down 4-0. And that means he's going to have a 2 score. That means he's going to have to score twice somehow, whether that's 2 takedowns, a takedown, and a near fall. In order to win this match, he's going to have to do 2 moves. So he's going to have to figure out a way to get Xavier Duncan to open up a little bit so he can get in there. And Duncan's really just got to shut things down, stay in good position, not do anything too crazy. And he's got this match won. It's his match to lose, and Bryce Dennis is going to have to go take it from him. Duncan just pushing Bryce out of bounds. Bryce is going to have to charge back. Try to work his way inside on a shot. He's down to 1 minute and 12 seconds. He's going to have to figure out a way to get Duncan down on the mat. Pass by. Not successful. Bryce Dennis now's got 55 seconds to do something here to try to score, but he's going to have to score twice. He's going to have to score twice if he wants to win. And right now just being shut down at every opportunity. There he comes in. He's going for the double. And they go out of bounds. And there's no score. 41 seconds to go in the third period. Xavier Duncan of Claremore leads over Bryce Dennis of Guthrie. And the Zebras of Claremore are winning this duel 37-29. Xavier Duncan with another high C on the same side. Comes through with it clean. He did a nice job the first time, did a good job that time as well. Just posting, shooting. The outside just basically posts the arm. He shoots in, grabs the high C, brings the leg up, finishes high. Bryce Dennis forced to go to his belly. As we wind this thing down under 5 seconds, looks like Xavier Duncan's going to win 7-0, and that's going to be 3 more points for the Zebras. Moving on to 285 pounds heavyweight matchup. Sir William Morgan will be wrestling for the Bluejays.
Sir William Morgan wrestling for Guthrie.
Not sure who they weighed in tonight at heavyweight, but we're going to go ahead and call him Landon King. I've got about 4 names down here, so I am not sure who is wrestling, but we'll call him Landon King as we get this match away. Sir William Morgan found a lot of success the later the year went last year. Another football player for the Bluejays. Offensive line, and he had a heck of a season up there on that front line for the Bluejays. Took him all the way to the playoffs and did a great job as a junior. And now Sir Will back on the map. And last year seemed like every time he went out on the mat, got a little bit better, starting to figure out this wrestling thing. A late start to wrestling. I think he came on as an 8th grader in the junior high. And now he is starting to find his bearings. He had a lot of big wins last year late. Had a good regional tournament as well. But as he fights here for position, is Landon King aggressive on this single leg. And Sir Will using that power and size to be able to stomp that foot back down and get out of that he took. An athlete in and of his own right. Big, tall, heavy. The center mat is mat 2. Back to action here. Heavyweights down to 12 seconds. First period, no score yet. Sir William Morgan of Guthrie taking on Landon King of Claremore. Looks like this is going to be a good heavyweight matchup. Sir Will goes for that snatch single. Comes up a little short. Landon King does a good job defending. Looks like we're going to run into some more blood time. Now they get 5 minutes to bleed, if you will. And as long as once the bleeding has stopped, or once they've plugged the nose or got it fixed, they will stop the blood time, and then whatever time it takes to clean up is whatever time it takes. It doesn't count against the wrestler. But if the wrestler continues to bleed for a total of 5 minutes, that means every time they take a break to stop his bleeding, if he bleeds for more than 5 minutes, he will be disqualified from the match. And so the referees do a good job of stopping once he's done bleeding. They'll get things patched up, cleaned up, plugged up, and then they'll allow for the cleaning crew to come out and take care of everything else, and that time will not count against the wrestler, which is a good rule. And we go to work here. Sir Will gets his choice in the first period. 4-second escape for a heavyweight. That is just straight up hustle. For Pierce down there, he's the one. He is our junior high head coach, and he's the one that found Sir Will and got him out for wrestling. And so he is always eager to be down there on the mat and help any way that he can. Both of those coaches, state champions in their own right. Now we're back to action here in the second period of this heavyweight matchup, for Sir William Morgan of Guthrie taking on Landon King of Claremore. As we get down under a minute and 30 seconds. It's been a duel the Zebras got out to early lead. They got out to an early lead and are currently up to 40 points. And these Blue Jays have trailed the entire duel, but slowly working their way back. Had some good matches, a lot of bonus wins. There's an outside single. Arm dragged. After this, Claremore's going to duel Shawnee, and then Guthrie will duel Shawnee as well. So there should be 2 more good matches tonight for us to watch. It'll be a lot of fun if you stay tuned in here. We're going to keep trying to work on this internet connection. If I can take a break here after this, we'll see what we can do. If not, we're just going to have to bear with it and do what we can as we wait on these heavyweights to get back to action. Sir William Morgan of Guthrie trails Landon King 2-3. And don't think that during that headgear, coaches weren't talking up Sir Will, trying to give him some strategy on how to get past these defensive hands of King. King doing a good job keeping head position. He's keeping the inside ties. That makes it very hard for Sir Will to go through them and get to the legs. He's blocking with his head, he's blocking with his hands, and that makes it hard for Sir Will. He's either got to go through that defense or he's got to go around it. Either way, it's hard to do, especially as a big guy. And so Sir Will's going to have to figure out a way to either get the inside ties, maybe get the head down of King, maybe try to drag and get around. That's what Landon King did to take Sir Will down. And out of time, and he's got one chance for one big thing. He only needs one score. He only needs to score once. He only needs a takedown, and he can win this thing, but has not got to the legs of Landon King yet. And Landon King can stall here, he can hold off here, he can back up here. He just needs to keep Sir Will from getting to his legs. And so that is what he is going to do. We're down to 10 seconds. Sir Will starting to attack a little bit. And Landon King doing a great job defensively. He's just been solid the whole match. And Sir Will able to go through as they go out of bounds. And that's going to do it. That's going to be 3 more points for the Zebras, as they are going to win this. Zebras, who, like I say, got out to that quick and early lead and were able to hold on to that. We're going to go ahead and move over to mat number 1, where the Blue Jays are wrestling Shawnee. Don't have any names on either one of these girls. We know it's Guthrie versus. There's a double leg attempt. She's in deep. Shawnee's in deep. Guthrie able to sprawl and go behind. She's going to pick up 3 points here. Now she's up 6-1. 6-1 probably means she got a couple of takedowns. And Shawnee would have got an escape. That's going to be my guess, and I'm sticking to it. Looks like choice is going to go to Guthrie. They're going to go neutral as we go into the second period here. Experiencing some technical difficulties here, folks. Let's see if we can't get that fixed. to pick up an internet signal. We're running off the star as she posts the outside job trying to come up. Now she got twisted over to her back, and now she's fighting for position here. Needs to try to get out of bounds if she can. But remember, we talked earlier that as long as a piece of the person is inside the circle, wrestling will continue. So even though they are completely out of bounds for the most, that shoulder up as she falls to the Shawnee girl by pin. Down there on mat number 1, Guthrie boys are warming up for the next duel against Shawnee. And Shawnee and Claremore Wrestling in the center mat on mat 2. Now we're going to bump forward for a few more weights. I do not have the weights correct on the scoreboard because I'm not sure what weight is wrestling what. And because they're ladies, I figure 100 pounds is nice enough to leave it there. As the coaches try to decide who wrestles next.
Two back, one circle on back, as the period closes, he needs 4.
All right, Isla Mae Smith of Guthrie taking on the lady from Shawnee. Looks like the Guthrie Bluejays Junior High School is getting ready down there on mat number 1. They're going to be wrestling here in just a moment. We'll see if we can't catch some of that as well. Isla Mae Smith caught in double underhooks. Goes around behind, gets herself loaded up on the hip and thrown. Only gives up 3 there. Isla goes for another big headlock. It cost her in the last match. And here we go again, Isla on her back. As Shawnee girl is trying hard to get her shoulder down. Isla's trying to fight that inside arm up. She's made some headway here, but now Shawnee's hooking up a chicken wing here on that far side. Isla fighting hard. She's got 30 seconds to go here. Still in the first period, but fighting hard here. Isla Mae's in all kinds of trouble. And Shawnee girl able to get her down. That's going to be 6 points for Shawnee. As Isla Mae Junior high on the other mat, trying to get things set up over there as we got one of the wrestling here now. Inside ties here for Guthrie. There's a takedown for 3 for Shawnee. And she goes straight to the cradle. Straight to the cradle. Guthrie girl's in all kinds of trouble. Trying to rock. She got her legs kicked out, able to get back in. Now she's close to out of bounds, needs to work her way out. Deanna Cotton is caught in another cradle and able to kick out of another one. Strong legs. She's doing a good job. Doing a good job of keeping herself out of trouble. Well, I say stay out of trouble. She's keeping herself out of the cradle. She gets caught in it, but then she kicks right out. But Shawnee's been able to go right back to it. She's got the cross face. And so she's walking the leg up. So she gets the crossface, grabs the far arm, and then tries to force it over to the leg. But this time, Deanna's got her arm back. So we saw Isla May get out here earlier with the same thing. She's trapped that arm, but there's the cradle. She locks up the cradle again. And Deanna's fighting hands. You can see her digging those hands out right now, trying to get them out. She's got to get them out so she can kick out. She's caught on her back again, rocking back and forth. We're down to short time. There's about 10 seconds to go in the period. She's got to keep moving. She's got to peel those hands. Runs out of time and gives up the fall. Shawnee. 3 in a row here on these pins. These high school girls. Sometimes you don't know what you know. You don't know what you don't know until you learn it. So a lot of that comes with new wrestlers as we're going to finish up these. Looks like that's it for the wrestling portion. As the Shawnee Wolves pick up a win over the Guthrie Bluejays. And we're going to move over to mat number 1, where our Guthrie Junior High boys are wrestling. Again, I don't have names for any of the Shawnee wrestlers. We can probably figure out who the Guthrie wrestlers are as we zoom across the gym. And we'll do our best to film this without everybody being in the way. And we're getting down. Looks like Guthrie's on top here, getting some near fall. Moving into the second period. Current score 7-0. Trying to get a look here. That looks like Levi Potter of the Bluejays. Levi went undefeated this past weekend at the Shawnee duels. Picked up 4 wins for the Jays. Really has come on strong in his 8th grade season. And he is looking good tonight as well. That's 3 more points for 6 more points for the Bluejays, I believe. Should put them up 12-6. And we're going to move on to the next weight class. Not sure what that weight class is. They don't have it up on their.
Out of bounds, but that brings them back to center mat. Tucker with 0-3-0 lead.
All right, here we go. Guthrie versus Shawnee Junior High duel. Probably somewhere a little south of 100 pounds. I'm guessing somewhere in the 80s or 90s. Boy, Guthrie looking aggressive here. Arm drag to an outside single. He dips it, he picks it, goes straight to that cross arm dump. Underneath and grabs that far elbow. And now he's got an ankle. Boy, he's riding tough here on top. Guthrie looking good here. Pushed the head down for the power half. Wasn't able to get it. Went right back to that ankle. He's got the far arm. Grinding, wrestling, aggressive. Doing a real good job here, staying behind the arms and just putting pressure. And now he's got him dumped over. He's got him held on his back. Can't quite see what's happening here, but it looks like, can't see what the arms are doing. We're kind of stuck behind the referee. But that's a pin. Just, no, it's not. That's near fall. I'm sorry. They slapped him out on the one next to us. But that's going to be 4 points near fall. Takedown on near fall is going to be 7 points. Guthrie out to a big-time lead in this junior high matchup against Shawnee. Gets him back to the mat, stays behind the arms, circles, doing everything right here on top so far. If we could get referee Brian to a takedown. And holy smokes, Guthrie looking very, very sharp here as he picks up 3 more. Staying behind the arms, digging for ankles, digging for inside thighs, breaking him down. Very impressed with how this young Guthrie man is wrestling. Giving this young man from Shawnee all he wants. There's a chicken wing as he runs it around. And Shawnee able to fish his arm out very clever and able to keep from giving any near fall in that exchange. He's doing a great job, Sean. He is a basing up, staying in this match, fighting back. Sometimes that's all you can do is just base up and make things work, and he's doing a good job of that. Our Guthrie wrestler is just riding strong, riding tough here, doing a great job of doing things right. Shawnee's still basing, still fighting here, and we're down under 3 seconds. That's going to be a major decision win for Guthrie. That's going to be 4 more points for the dual team, and Guthrie picks up. Now, we're not done yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. Looks like we have 1 more period to go. Beautiful double leg takedown. Beautiful double leg takedown. Guthrie hit there. Very nicely done. And we go out of bounds here. Yeah, not sure what's going on here with the time or the... Yeah, that was definitely the 3rd period. And Guthrie definitely gets 16, so that's a tech fall. So they're going to pick up 5 team points. Trying to follow their score clock with ours. And the 2 didn't line up. And I don't think Wager Silvis was wrong. But either way, Guthrie picks up 5 more team points. And that's going to put them up 17-6 in this junior high duel. Two-minute first period here in the junior high matchup. Guthrie with the inside ties. The Shawnee wrestler appears to be the bigger wrestler, but perhaps it's just his height. Very tall for this weight class. Used that very nicely to whip down that snap down. Gets right to his half. It looks like he's going to pick up a fall as he pins the Guthrie wrestler here in the first period, in the first minute. That's going to put 6 points on the board for Shawnee, and that's going to put them up trailing Guthrie 12-17. Guthrie still in the lead with the first few wins of the duel by bonus. As we work our way into the next matchup.
Wrestling at 136, Bill Schultz. For the Zebras and for your Shawnee Willows, Ethan Solis.
Ooh, big time. Oh, big time double leg. And that is going to be an illegal slam. And if the Guthrie wrestler is unable to finish this match, that will be 6 points for Guthrie for the illegal slam. Unsportsmanlike conduct. The Shawnee wrestler, once you lift a wrestler off their feet, so if I'm wrestling a man and my opponent, if I pick him up off the feet, the rule says I am responsible for his safe return. So safe means I cannot intentionally hurt him or harm him, and I am responsible for that safe return. So I can pick him up and I can put him down firm. I can pick him up and put him down in a different position, but I cannot leave my feet to slam him. I cannot whip him down like we just saw. I have to carefully put him down, or it is an unsportsmanlike conduct. So coach is out here tending to him. Hit his head really hard. I'm sure he's going to get put under concussion protocol. Hopefully no ribs or anything in the middle were injured. Very, very unfortunate situation. I don't believe it was probably intentional. Both young wrestlers probably wasn't sure what to do once he picked him up. Just wasn't responsible enough to put him down the way he was supposed to. Like I said, I don't feel like there was any malice to it. It definitely didn't look good. And when you got young wrestlers, decisions sometimes are hard to make. In the moment, he was just wrestling hard, and that's what happened. But unfortunately, Guthrie wrestler's still down. Coach Parrish Pierce down there tending to this young man along with the training staff. And he is definitely not going to continue this match. By evidence, they took his ankle band off. And that means Guthrie will pick up 6 additional points. Good to see the young man walked off the mat. But hopefully he's able to recover from that. And there's no long-term damage. That was a tough one to watch. And hopefully he's going to be okay. 6 points for Guthrie. As we move on to the next matchup, Ryan Gerard of the Bluejays taking on the wrestler from Shawnee. Current duel score 23-12. Guthrie Bluejays are leading this duel. To note, the junior high, there's a good double leg there by Gerard, picks him up, trying to get him set down, running into a snake position, trying to throw him over. There he's got the snake throwed over. Ryan Gerard's got to pick the head up. This is so tight, and he's good here. This is a tough spot for the Shawnee wrestler. He's in all kinds of trouble, and he is pinned by Ryan Gerard, who picks up 6 more points for the Bluejays. In what's a big-time win for them. So now looks like Kenny's coming out to wrestle for the Bluejays. Big Kenny's out here to wrestle for the Bluejays. Somewhere north of 120 pounds. Not sure exactly what weight class. I do apologize. Was not given their weighing cards. But Kenny, look at this out. Just able to twist and throw down, just feeling that. Not even really a move, just felt where he needed to get to and was able to get there. As he now sits on top. Shawnee trying to work his way out. And Shawnee now trying to go for that head lever half, and Kenny goes out the back door as he works himself back in, back to his feet. He's going to earn a point for the escape on his way out. And that's going to give him 5, should be 5 points for Guthrie right now. Unofficially. Wager Silvas on our score clock has it. They don't have it yet for on the table. There they got it. 5-5 is the score. And now Kenny's on top for Guthrie, sprawling hard. Shawnee trying to pull that single leg up. He scored here earlier. Looks like we might run into a stalemate situation. When neither wrestler can advance or either wrestler is willing to advance, then the referee will pump his fists together. It's called a stalemate. It means there's no action and there's no chance for future action. And so he'll just stop the match and give him a chance to reset and try again. Sometimes wrestlers will get stuck, and then sometimes wrestlers will both stop because it's not safe for them to move on. So they both kind of come to an agreement that we're going to stop wrestling, so the referee will stop it, put them back on their feet, and they will go again. And that's where we're at here. Kenny Guthrie, it's a nice outside single off of an underhook. The Shawnee kid had the underhook. Kenny hits the single leg. And now Shawnee's able to go back for the snake. Kenny goes the other way, picks up 3 with 3 seconds left to go. That's going to put him up 8-5 to finish what's been a crazy first period match. Doing a great job here, staying behind the arms. There's that switch again, keeps the arm, follows. And now back to the tripod. Shawnee caught the ankle, and now Guthrie able to get out, get back behind. We're down under about 30 seconds in the second period. Kenny reaches over the top. Needs to stay behind those arms. Shawnee almost capitalized on that. And now he goes right back to the same switch. He's tried to hit it 4 or 5 times, and now he's got it in deep. Kenny's trying to re-switch and follow through. Now he's out front trying to sprawl, getting his legs back. The Shawnee wrestler has done a great job of getting his hips out, hit this switch, but has not been able to score yet. He's so close to scoring here. We run out of time in the second. No points awarded, and Guthrie dodges a bullet there. as they stay on top of this match so far. 8-5, was able to ride the entire period, so no points were scored the second period. And now we go back to our feet. Shawnee's choice. They're going to go neutral. Had a lot of success here. Was able to get a takedown or two. A lot of scrambles were had as well. Remember, that first period was crazy, and we are right back to it. A lot of points were scored from this position in that first period, and these guys are not going to disappoint. Remember, minute and a half second period, so it's going to go by quick. Single-legged tipped. Guthrie's got heavy hips, breaks him down to his belly. And we're down to a minute now in the third period. Guthrie is leading by 8. Shawnee's got to get a takedown to stay in this match to at least tie it. And boy, if Guthrie can finish this takedown here, he can seal this match up from the top position. He's got his legs out. He's got him broke down. He does not want to give up a stalemate here. He's got to keep moving. And Shawnee would be happy to get a stalemate or get a takedown. He's got the leg. He's got the foot. Kenny's got to get his leg back. Now Shawnee's in a position here with 30 seconds to go. He's got a single leg on the outside. He's got to try to climb up and get control of that knee. He's got his ankle. And there's a stalemate. And that's going to put them back on their feet. Potentially dangerous. That knee was in a bad position. The referee didn't want to see it get any worse. So Shawnee's going to get a fresh start here. And Guthrie, Kenny's got to keep him off. He's got a good sprawl. And man, there he goes, hanging onto that leg again. This is where we just were moments ago. The Shawnee wrestler just so long, he's able to snag that leg from a long way out and climb his way back in, but it's not going to be enough tonight as Guthrie picks up a decision win for 3 more points. And they increase their team score lead to 32 points to Shawnee's 12 as the Guthrie Bluejays fixing to march out Kerry. We watched his older brother wrestle earlier tonight for about 20 seconds where he got a quick double leg lift to a half and pin before we could get the graphic up. His brother was able to get the fall for the Bluejays in the Claremore duel. And now Clayton comes from a family of wrestlers. Looks like we're going to go a forfeit here at this weight. That's going to be 6 more points for Shawnee. And now Clayton Kerry is going to come out for the Bluejays.
First takedown of the match. Kerry with the lead from 1-7, 50 seconds remaining in period 2. I was talking to assistant coach Caleb Gibson today about Clayton Kerry, and he said at the Shawnee duels this past weekend, Clayton had the option to take an easy match and pick up an easy win, but he wanted to bump up and wrestle one of the studs from one of the other teams. He did a great job. Ended up taking a loss by 2 just to get mat time and to make himself better. He's the kind of kid that's got a bright future for the Bluejays. He's going to be in a good one here tonight against Shawnee. Aggressive wrestler, spends a lot of time in the high school. He's got it back there. Able to roll out this Shawnee guy scrambles. Boy, he dodged a bullet there. Look, it looked like he was trying to turn him around so that he could push him back in bounds with that. It's hard to finish sometimes. This is called the Air Force, what he's trying to do. He's got the hammerlock on the back, and then he's going to reach around and get an underhook in the front and kind of lace it up. Now he's switching off to the chicken wing. To his credit, the Shawnee kid's tough on bottom. He's doing a good job staying off his back. He's doing a good job getting his arms released after they get locked up. Now he's tripoding up, trying to get out. As Clayton wrestles him out of bounds, we run out of time. In the first period, Clayton Kerry up 3-0. That's not Clayton, that's Cade Kerry. Sorry, I keep calling him his brother. Kerry is up 3-0 with that takedown and that right out.
Choice is going to go to Shawnee. They're going to go neutral. Cade with a heavy collar tie, to an underhook, to a pass by, to a double leg. A lot of chain wrestling here. It's good to see. Now the Shawnee boy takes a shot, and Cade catches the arm with a good down block, and he's able to sneak around behind with the hammerlock. He's been working that all night, and now he's got a chicken wing. He did get 3 points for that takedown. He's up 6-0. He's got that hammerlock now, going to try to use that. Like I say, this kid on bottom is so tough from Shawnee. He's doing a good job of just defending. Really hadn't come too close to getting out, but he's wearing down now as Cade has both arms trapped. Looks like he got one of them out. He's not able to escape, and Cade is just riding him like a wet blanket. Just not allowing him to go anywhere. He's got both the arms trapped. He's driving with his feet. Now he switches off to a half. He's got a bar arm, one thing to another. And you can say he gets that inside bar arm, and then he's pulling that back to a hammerlock. Now a cross face. And he's got it running now. Holy smokes. 2-point reversal at the whistle for the Shawnee kid. Cade was running that out to the front. And boy, that Shawnee wrestler staying in the match saw his opportunity and was able to get out. Did a great job. On the whistle, Cade up to his feet. Man, gave up that crazy reversal at the end of the first. And the Shawnee kid drops down as Cade gets away and picks up another point. 7-2, Cade Kerry in the third period. He's had a couple of nice takedowns so far. Ooh. Wanted that double leg there, but didn't quite pull the trigger. Chasing the outside single. It's like he's got it. He's got it locked in. Now he's coming out the back door. Shawnee kid's got the ankle, though, behind him. It's great to have an ankle when you're up there like that. It's a good handle, and it's hard to scramble when a guy's got your foot. So Cade slowed down Cade's ability to finish. He is working his way through and working his way out the back door. No points yet, but it's getting close, and there they are. 3 points for Cade Kerry. It's going to put him up 10-2, and that is right at a major decision. That means a bonus win for the Bluejays if Cade can finish. If Cade can finish at this score, that's going to be 14 points. But Cade's going for more. He's got him locked up now on his back. This could be a fall. This Shawnee kid is tough on bottom, though. Keeps fighting. He keeps fighting. That's going to be 4 more points for near fall if he doesn't get the pin. Under 10 seconds now. Now we're at 5 seconds to go. Doesn't look like Cade's going to get the fall, but he's definitely going to get the bonus point win. That's going to be 4 more points for the Bluejays. And a big win by Cade Kerry.
Good scramble in the period. 3-1 lead as we go to period 2. Shawnee's choice.
Current team score now 29-18.
They have updated those.
36-18, I'm sorry. The officials, well, the unofficial score down on the floor says 35, but our scorekeeper up here insists that we have 36. So I'm going to go with our guy up here as the Bluejays get back to action here. Interesting note in junior high wrestling, freshmen, ninth graders are able to compete at the junior high, able to pick up the fall. And that's going to be 6 more points for Shawnee. Gets them back into this matchup. It's really been all Guthrie all night for the most part. And Shawnee here picking up another win. Might be able to change the tide before they run out of matches. And we're back to action here. Guthrie Junior High Wrestling versus Shawnee. The Wolves of Shawnee and the Bluejays of Guthrie. As we're getting into some of the bigger wrestlers now. Going to see a lot more hand fighting. In junior high, we get to these upper weights. A little bit of a slap there. Referee didn't like what he saw. And that's going to be a point for Guthrie. Although wrestling is a very physical sport, strikes are not allowed. Referee felt that was a little more on the striking side and less on the hand fighting side. So got a little handsy again. That down under a minute now, 45 seconds to go. Hand fighting's kind of settling into wrestling again. And there's a double leg shot. Transitions over to a single leg. Guthrie's trying to get his leg back, trying to sprawl hard. And Shawnee's driving in. When the Shawnee kid kind of open hand slapped the Guthrie wrestler.
20 seconds remaining.
Stand up on the whistle by Shawnee, up and out, did a good job there. That's a 5-second escape. If you're a coach, you like to see that. Just a whistle move up to his feet and got out. Guthrie tried to hang on, but was not able to. Now tied up 1-1 score clock. A nice little snap down there by the Guthrie wrestler. Wasn't able to score with it, but definitely going to keep that Shawnee kid off him for a few seconds here. It's open. Guthrie does a nice job getting to his feet here. He's got to fight those hands, stand a stance. Shawnee's going to throw him back down to the mat. And he's riding tough here. 15 seconds to go in this second period. Guthrie's fighting to get to his feet. Shawnee driving hard on top, pushing with his legs, doing a good job staying behind those arms. Hard to get away from a guy that's got an underhook and is driving with his legs. And that's exactly what this Shawnee wrestler's doing on top. Choice is going to go to Guthrie. And coaches are going to put the Guthrie wrestler back on his feet, where he has had some success. We're going to keep wrestling here. Clock is not running. They got it running now.
1 minute remaining in the period.
We're going to have to bump the time back up to catch the clock in-house. Guthrie he's got him snapped down. He had him in that front headlock. That was a good opportunity to score. Just didn't know what to do with it. And that comes with time. That comes with age. But that was a good opportunity to score and go behind. The Shawnee wrestler did a good job getting back to his feet to avoid that go behind. And now with 50 seconds to go, coaches over at Guthrie's corner really getting animated, trying to let their wrestler know he's got to score here. Can't win. If you're down by 3, you got to find a way to score. 40 seconds to go. He cannot win if he doesn't score a takedown. He needs to get 3 points here. He's got to finish this period on top if he wants to win this match. So he's got to go. He's under 30 seconds now, and he's got to get something going. He's reaching up, trying to pull that head down. Shawnee wrestlers just got to stay strong here. He's got to keep from getting pulled underneath. He's got to keep from getting taken down. 15 seconds to go. Guthrie wrestlers hand fighting hard, but hasn't really taken an attempt to score. Pulling the head down, he's going, he's wrestling hard. 10 seconds, there's 5 seconds. We're coming down to the wire, and it looks like Shawnee is going to come away with the win at 165 pounds. And that's going to be 3 points for the team of Shawnee. And the Wolves pick up 3 points to move this duel 27-30 as they creep up on the Bluejays. Shawnee has not led this duel since the original forfeit at the beginning. And now they have slowly worked their way back up and have made this a 3-point duel. Well, 27-36 is the unofficial score. Levi Dennis of the Bluejays wrestling against Shawnee. Shawnee is still within reach of possibly winning this duel, but they're going to have to pick up a couple of bonus wins to do it. And the Bluejays can seal the deal here with a couple more wins in what is a much improved looking Guthrie Junior High program. Hats off to Coach Parrish Pierce and Caleb Gibson for all the work they've done with these young men. Coach Jaden Davenport's got to be happy of that as well, as they are building towards his program at the high school. It's always nice to see these young men improving. Nice double leg shot here by Guthrie. And Levi Smith picks up 3 points for the takedown with a minute to go. And he goes to work on top. He's got a crossface. He's got the bar on the far side, the crossface and the far arm on the far side. Looks like he's kind of going for a cradle, but really just there's the cradle on the other side. Now he's locking it up. He's got his hands locked. He's going to drive it forward and try to pull him back. Shawnee wrestlers doing a good job staying strong and getting along. Not very often you see these big guys pulling off cradles. The strength of the bigger man is hard to keep his leg to his head. He's just strong enough to go long, and that's what happened there. But now he gets the half. The half's a tough one to beat, and Levi's on top. He needs 6 here, and he's got it. That's a pin for the Bluejays, and 6 more points on the board for the team. And that's a big-time pin by Levi Smith. And that's going to bring the Bluejays up 42-27. As we come down to the last couple of matches, that may have sealed the deal. Levi Dennis, I'm sorry. Levi Dennis, good Lord. I've been calling him Levi Smith this whole time. I apologize. That's Levi Dennis. Moving on to the big boys now here. Going for a headlock to the Guthrie kid. Defended nicely by Shawnee as he grabs the leg. That's how you do it. But now he goes back behind, able to pop his head out and pick up 3 points for the takedown. Now he's back on top. Big boy on top, able to throw him down. Shawnee wrestler really imposing his size here in this match. Guthrie able to spin around out front. And Shawnee aggressive here on top, really trying to look for that fall. Staying behind those arms and grinding. Now he's going to pick him up. Go if he just kept going, but he's got his arm caught underneath. They're wallering back out. There's a headlock for Guthrie, and now he's back on top. 2 points for the reversal count. Near fall, trying to pick up the pin. Shawnee's trying to fight it off here. Big time move here by Guthrie. That's the pin, and Guthrie picks up 6 more points. And that's going to do it, folks. Guthrie Junior High is going to beat Shawnee in this duel. I believe that was the last match. Either way, that's going to seal it up. Guthrie Junior High wins this duel 48-27. In a great great duel. A lot of fun matches there, and a much improved looking Guthrie Bluejays. Well done there by them as they pick up another victory and another notch in the belt for this young coaching staff. It's great to see how well they are preparing these boys. Maybe the best duel I've watched by our junior high in quite some time. They looked very good. We got a full roster, which is nice. And these boys are improving and wrestling hard. It's good to see that. So well done by that whole entire team as the Guthrie Junior High, again, beats Shawnee 42-27. And we are going to take a quick break. We'll leave the stream on as we get ready for the Shawnee versus Guthrie High School duel. We're going to get some graphics ready for that duel, and we'll get locked in and get ready for that duel, and I'll be back with you shortly.
What is this?
Teddy Jackson, wrestling for the Shawnee Wolves. Takedown for the game. We're now 3-0, 1 minute remaining in the period. Ball earned by King, 6 points. We move back up to the top for the 106-pound match to close the duel out. Noah Beck, wrestling at 106 for the Zeros, and Riley Nicholas for your Shawnee Wolves. Nicholas gets the takedown, takes the early 3-0 lead. One minute remaining in the period. Reversal. Two back points are by Beck. So we're now 4-3. Takedown distance for 76. Beck making the reversal. This is leading 9-6. Seconds remaining in the period. Reversal 11-6. And a ball. At 4:32 of the match. We'll have one exhibition match. Round of applause for both teams. And that's a ball right on the own at 3:26. We want to thank the Claremore Receivers for coming down tonight. Congratulations on going 2-0 in the Tri-Duel. Drive safely as you return home. Merry Christmas to y'all. We've got one more duel to set up. Shawnee versus the Shawnee versus Guthrie Bluejays in our next duel. We'll probably take just a small break.
Go grab it on the bottom. Now you pull it out. to do. Watch the things that you watch. Because what time is you're standing back and watching the duel, and this is watch the duel through the thing. Go through the thing.
No, I am. Like during like the first year high duel, like the high school, I was. That second duel, high duel was so hard. It was so hard. And I could not help it. But for the high school duel, I will do it.
Okay. All right, I think I'm gonna go. Entertain the crowd some more. Let's see what we can do here.
Now we are ready to start.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are fixing to get things started here in this high school matchup. Guthrie Bluejays taking on Shawnee. Sorry for the late start. I should have been more prepared. They started rolling up mats, and now they got wrestling going on. And we are playing a little catch-up ourselves. Looks like we're starting this matchup off at 112 pounds. That's a takedown and a chicken wing for Shawnee as they run in here. Joel Landry on bottom here trying to fight out of this chicken wing. His flexibility helps, but now Shawnee Kid's trying to push on his head. If he takes his knee and pushes on his head, he'll be able to knock him back down, but Joel was able to get his arm loose. Everything's still tight, but at least the chicken wing's gone, but now Shawnee's going to have a reverse half here. It's going to spell trouble for Landry. He's got a lot of time, 52 seconds left to go to fight off his back. He's going to have to get out of here if he can. As he's making it difficult, doing a good job pushing on that knee, got his arm loose. And now Shawnee Kid answers right back with a half. But Joel Landry gives up 4 near falls, spent nearly a minute on his back, able to get off, did a great job wrestling there and wrestling through that and able to get off. He did a good job. And Shawnee Kid now immediately back, puts a leg in. Now looking for that crossface and Turk. We'll do what we can here to get a graphic up with his name here after the end of the first period. We got 12 seconds to go. This is what he's going to try to do. Put a leg in, put that arm behind his head. He's going to lay back, and then Joel is going to be kind of forced to go wherever his arm makes him. He'll try to do a reverse half here, and the referees are always finding a fine line of whether or not to call that for potentially dangerous or to let it go. But Booker Dahlman of Shawnee is the wrestler. And back to action here, 7-0 is the score. Goes back down again here.
Dutton brings it back to center mat.
He's got a hold of this leg now. He needs to pop up out from behind, but it's hard. There he goes. He's coming out the back door. But Dahlman able to tie up that foot and get a good lock around the body. Got that long build, those long arms, making it very difficult for Landry to pop out. Oh, this is Uriah assist. I'm sorry.
40 seconds remaining in period 2.
Quick correction on my part. I do apologize, Uriah. All right, so we didn't start at 106 or 112. We started at 120, so I apologize. I'm getting a little bit behind here. Again, normally this is information we like to have before the duel starts, but we were not privy to that.
Range choice, they defer back to Guthrie.
Looks like we're back up and running again, having some technical difficulties, I believe. Looks like the stream is back up and going. I do apologize for that. Kyler Wilder of Guthrie trails Ethan Solis of Shawnee 3-11. In this 132-pound matchup. And Solis relentless on this double leg, trying to force Wilder out of bounds. Wilder does a good job sprawling and moves his way back in. And we are in the third period, minute 30 seconds to go. There's a pass by to a takedown. And Ethan Solis is up to 14-3 as he tries to hook up a cradle. Kyler Wilder peeks out of that and gets right back to attacking. Now trying to cross arm single leg. Crafty little single leg. Wilder almost pulls it off. And Ethan Solis able to get out of bounds with 59 seconds left to go. We're going to call it a minute and 5 to go. In the third period, Solis has pretty much secured a bonus win of some kind unless Kyler Wilder can find a way to get him on his back and get a fall. Solis tries a shot there. Wilder's going to shoot him out of bounds. Solis tried a little duck under attempt there. Wilder aggressive on the edge, trying to get himself back into this match and find a way to end up on top. Solis seems content to let Wilder push and then just kind of disappear underneath. Wilder with a little post up, able to catch him on his back. This is what Wilder needs right here. He's got to get this secured, maybe go up for a half. And that's going to shut that lead down to 7 points. So right now, what was a for sure bonus point win for Shawnee, with one 7-point move, Kyler Wilder able to shut that lead down. He's just got to finish on top. If he finishes on top, look at this. Kyler Wilder throws him to his head out of bounds, trying to go for the fall. This kid wants this win bad. Down 17-4. And twice in the last 20 seconds puts Ethan Solis on his back. And Wilder's got to try to ride him out these 8 seconds, these 9 seconds, in order to keep that bonus from happening. He's got to hold on to this leg. He's got to keep it. That's going to be a 7-point victory for Ethan Solis. That will be a regular. It's regular decision territory right now. He's up by 7. We got a third period to go. But Wilder's still in this match trying to make something of it. Wilder's got head position here. He's got to try to snap him down and quit charging in. He's got time to do something. He's just got to make it. He's got to make it big, whatever that something is. He's trying to reach between and grab that leg. Maybe try to get a defensive fall here, but not going to make it there. And now Wilder's slowing down the pace here. Solis happy to just hang on, keep this pace slow. Wilder's trying to figure out a way. You know, he's been escaping every time, and now he's trying to get some type of reversal to catch Solis on his back. You know, when you're down with this kind of a deficit, your plans kind of change. Normally on bottom, you're just trying to stay solid. You're trying to get an escape, things like that. When you're down by a bunch, you're trying to get some kind of a scrambly reversal where you can catch the guy on his back. And so you gotta go into a different toolbox to make that happen. And right now, Kyler is trying to dig into that toolbox. Trying to dig into that toolbox. To get crafty to make something happen. But he's coming back in here on bottom. He's down 8-19, down by 11 points. Ethan Salih's going to try to hang on here for 27 seconds and not let Wilder score any more points and just go home with that major decision victory, 4 points for his team. We've seen Wilder get crazy and look for something to happen here as he does that sit-out turn in. That's how he's got out all night, and now he starts attacking as they get to the edge of the mat. And Wilder's going to run out of time here on the edge as they wrestle through and get out of bounds. 3 seconds left to go in this match. Ethan Salih's 19-9 lead over Kyler Wilder. And this is going to be a major decision victory. That's going to be 4 points for Shawnee, as this brings them up 14-0 over the Bluejays so far. As we move up to 138 pounds. Bluejays are going to wrestle Aiden Harden. And Shawnee. Looks like Shawnee's going to wrestle Troy Thomason. Aiden Harden gets back to work here. With a leg cradle hooked up. Coach Davenport not happy with that, as Aiden Harden had a leg cradle hooked up and his hands were still in bounds, but the referee blew him out of bounds. And Coach Davenport wanted 3 for that takedown, wasn't going to get it. And now Harden back on his knee here, trying to wrestle with some space. Heavy collar tie.
Remaining.
1 minute to go here in this first period matchup. Aiden Harden of Guthrie taking on Troy Thomason of Shawnee. These guys are, there's a pass by, he's got it, he's got the corner cut. That's 3 points for Aiden Harden. Very slick pass by, felt that, cut the corner. It just took him a minute to get his feet there, but did a great job. Now he's got to hustle behind as Thomason pulls up the reversal for 2. It's going to bring this match right back to a 3-2, with Aiden Harden still in the lead but on bottom. And Thomason now going to work on top.
20 seconds remaining.
And Harden with that nice pass by. Gets too high when he's on top, and Thomason was able to basically just spin around and catch him off guard and get back on top. Now in short time, Harden's trying to get off. He's trying to get out, trying to get going. At the end of the period, gets himself out. Referee's going to award 1 point for the escape at the whistle. So that's going to be 4. We're going to go into the second period with Aiden Harden of Guthrie leading 4-2 over Troy Thomason of Shawnee. Choice is going to go to Shawnee, and Troy Thomason's going to choose bottom. Aiden Harden's going to go on top here to start the second. Remember, Troy Thomason was able to get a reversal about 30 seconds ago when he hit a little similar move to that, and Aiden Harden got too high. He got in front of that arm instead of behind it and wasn't able to follow. And so now again, Thomason trying to stay in good position on bottom. Aiden Harden riding tough here, trying to bar the arm. Now Thomason to his tripod, hits a crossover Granby roll, didn't get out, but he got a leg. And now he's got Aiden Harden's leg caught, and now he's trying to scramble. Harden's following, does a good job staying with it on top, and gets himself out of trouble. Now Aiden Harden's going to work on top. He's got Troy Thomason belly down, and Thomason now back up to his base. And now back to his belly they go. Harden now starting to make some headway here. He's got a barred arm back, and he's got a chicken wing hucked up. And now he's running to the head. He's got a bar on the far side, chicken wing short side. He's got to get his left leg over and push on the head. He needs to get his left leg over on the other side so he can push on the head. Basically push with the head, pull with the arm, but he's not on the right side of it. He did get a 2 count, I believe, and now he's transitioned to a half. That's what he wants right there. And wasn't able to pull it off. He got a 2 count from the chicken wing. That's going to be 2 more points for Aiden Harden for his effort, and that's good. He goes right back to the chicken wing. Had a lot of success with it a minute ago, and now he's got this chicken wing tied up. Tries for the snap back, catches him on his back. Thomason does a good job getting out of harm's way. Somehow did not pick up any near fall as he was smacked flat to his back, but he bounced and recovered. And Aiden Harden now going to work on top, doing a great job grinding and riding here. 15 seconds to go in the second period. Aiden Harden grinding hard. Thomason seems like he'll be more than happy to finish the period down here without giving up any points. And now we're down under 5 seconds. We'll finish the second period with Aiden Harden of Guthrie up 6-2 over Troy Thomason. Guthrie needs a win here. They're down 14-0. They have lost the first 3 matches of the duel, and they need something to spark their comeback. And right now, Aiden Harden is in the driver's seat going into the third period. It was his choice, and the Guthrie coaches pick top, so they're going to force Troy Thomason to try to get off on bottom where he was stuck for the last 2 minutes, and they're hoping that Aiden Harden can get back to work here on top and possibly pick up some near fall. He is a 4-point near fall away from a major decision. That's a bonus win, and the Blue Jays could use something like that here to get some momentum going back in their direction. But Aiden Harden puts in a leg, and Thomason gets it out. Aiden's able to stay behind. He's grappling, he's wrestling, he's following, he's wrestling good here. He did a good job following behind because Thomason was nearly out. Thomason's wrestling tough down there, but Aiden Harden's able to stay on top. And now he's trying to force this outside cradle, this head in the hole cradle, as they go out of bounds. With 1 minute and 25 seconds left to go, Troy Thomason is showing the wear from being rode for the last 3 minutes. Aiden Harden on top has been a hammer. And Troy Thomason down there is doing what he can to survive. Looks like Aiden's got some blood time he's dealing with, trying to get things cleaned up. Best thing for Aiden Thomason was a break here as he was starting to wear down. And this blood time's coming at a good time. He's going to get a chance to catch his breath, talk with his coach, and possibly figure out how to get away from down below. And in the meantime, Coach Jaden Davenport over there. In the meantime, Coach Jaden Davenport is over there doing his thing. We've got a crowd up here. There's Andrew Harden, father of Aiden Harden on the mat. Little brother as well. There is Coach Stevens, school principal, and his lovely wife. And there's Chris Wilder. His son wrestled earlier tonight as well. Familiar faces in the crowd from Guthrie. It's good to see them here as we get started here in the second period again. And back to action. Aiden Harden back on top. Getting to work on top. Look at him grinding those feet out. Here's a sit-out switch attempt. And he tries to cut back, tries to roll. Harden follows. A lot of scrambling from Troy Thomason. That break did him some good. And he's coming out like a ball of fire. Harden able to follow, but now his arm is caught over top. And Thomason trying to get this defensive fall. Aiden Harden scrambles to the top. He's way too high here. Thomason trying to figure out a way to hold Harden on his back. He's looking for that defensive fall. Somehow Harden scrambles to the top and catches him on his back. We were talking about that 4-point near fall. He needed that for the bonus. And all that scrambling took place. Not sure what's going to come of it. I don't know if there were any near fall given. But holy cow. There's 42 seconds left to go in this match. And that was a heck of a scramble as Troy Thomason doing everything he can to get out from underneath Aiden Harden. And somehow Aiden Harden stayed floating, stayed solid, stayed smart, and somehow stayed on top. 42 seconds to go. And Thomason trying to get out on bottom. Harden trying to figure out a way to slow him down so that he can somehow lock something up and get that near fall he needs for the bonus win. And by no means is this win locked up. Thomason's dangerous down there from the bottom. But now look at this, locking up a cradle from the inside. Aiden Harden's got that hard. He's got it locked up. He's going to drive it over. He's going to try to drive it over. It's too loose. He's too high. He's got to stick his head down in there and stab it in his side. He's too high right now. He's got to make the adjustment. He's trying to force it. He's going to run out of time. But holy cow, what a great match by Aiden Harden. Showed a lot of poise on top as Troy Thomason did everything he could to stay in that match and just was not able to get out. The story of that match was the top riding of Aiden Harden, who's going to pick up the first 3 points of the duel for the Bluejays, and a much-needed win to get them on the board and get some momentum started in their direction. Next up for the Bluejays, Luke Lyons at 144 pounds. And then wrestling for Shawnee, they're going to have a forfeit. That's going to be 6 points for Guthrie. They're going to move up to 150 pounds.
150 pounds.
Guthrie's 150 pounder. Going to be Thomas Gyrus. So the Bluejays are going to wrestle Thomas Gyrus at 150 pound, and his partner, or I'm sorry, his opponent is going to be Stephen Porter. Drive and trying to, looks like he's trying to dig some arms out. And now he puts a leg in. As he works, he's got to be careful he doesn't over-scissor the leg in the back. If he hooks that foot like he just did, that's going to be an over-scissor is what that's called, and that is perfectly acceptable submission in jiu-jitsu, but that is not legal in wrestling. Now, this was a blood timeout. That was not an over-scissor. However, the coach on the sidelines saw it, and he is now discussing that with the ref. You can see him walking in front. They're talking about that over-scissor that I was seeing from back here. We could see it in the back. You can stick the leg in, but you cannot, once you figure for that leg, you cannot then take the other leg and put it over top. What it does is it pulls that knee joint in the hyperextended direction, and the bottom wrestler basically becomes helpless. And like saying jiu-jitsu, it's a good submission move, but in wrestling, it is not allowed. So Gyrus has got to be careful. I'm not sure he knows he's doing that, but the coach from Shawnee definitely caught it, and he is asking the official to make sure that we know what's going on. Switching over to the cell phone cam here, you can kind of get a feeling from the duel. There were mats all on the floor earlier today, and now we are back to wrestling. Another good shot of the crowd. Another good shot of the crowd. A good Guthrie crowd traveled tonight, and hopefully we got some of you with us tonight. Back to action. Matt Gyrus on top of Stephen Porter, 3-0 with the takedown. And now we're back to work.
1 minute remaining in the period.
And Gyrus doing a good job staying behind the arms. When he stays behind the arms, he stays out of trouble. He's very athletic. He's got a good feel for wrestling. When he gets out in front of those arms, it always makes me nervous. And now he's trying for that chicken wing. He's pulled that arm back. He's trying to dig that chicken wing in. You can see him digging it through that left arm. Looks like Stephen Porter, though. He's keeping his hand on the mat. Now Gyrus has got it hooked up. I'm not sure if he's got it in the right spot. He's got the far arm. He's got this chicken wing. Now he's trying to run it. And man, Stephen Porter able to get his arm twisted out. Gyrus lost that, but he's transitioned straight to a half on the right side. He's got the elbow high. He's settling in here with 13 seconds to go. He's got to push hard if he wants to try to get some near fall. And man, Stephen Porter does a great job fighting that half off. as Gyrus had that elbow high, and he had that thing locked in the way you would want it. And man, the flexibility. The flexibility of Porter was impressive. Gyrus now for the breakdown. Now he's got that half again. Look at this, he's running it out front, posting the leg. He's got to twist it up. He's got him on his back now with that half. He's definitely going to get near fall here, and the fall. That's 6 points for the Blue Jays as Thomas Gyrus pulls off the win by pin. It's going to be 6 points for the Blue Jays. That's a big-time fall as these Blue Jays need to get some points on the board. Gyrus able to do that. Moving up to 157 pounds. We got Colton Stevens coming out for the Blue Jays. And Jackson Shawnee from Shawnee is going to be your wrestler, taking on Colton Stevens. And just like that, the Blue Jays are back in this duel as they take the lead 15-14 as they come through the heart of their lineup. Nice take, ankle shot here by Colton Stevens, somehow coming out the back door, awkwardly but effectively. Jackson Shawnee still has a hold of that leg. And that's going to be 3 points for Colton. Kind of an awkward transition to get there, but he did a good job feeling it. As Jackson Shawnee was defending that awkwardly as well. And now he's stuck here on bottom underneath Colton Stevens, who's doing a good job staying behind the arms. He's covering those hips nicely. And he is working on a half, it looks like. He's got that inside bar arm. Gonna run that out. We've seen this a lot from the Blue Jays tonight. They're doing a good job with it. He's got that hammer lock on the back. Let's see if he can do something with it. As he's working here on top, there's 36 seconds left to go in the first period. Colton Stevens out 3-0 over Jackson Shawnee as they're working their way towards the out-of-bounds line here. Colton's working that hammer lock. It's going to be real hard for Jackson Shawnee to base up without his left arm, and with Colton Stevens sitting on his hips. Just a tough position to be in. And he's going to need that arm to post, or he's going to need Colton to get off his hips so he can get his hips up. And if neither one of those happens, Jackson Shawnee's just going to be stuck underneath here. There's 5 seconds left to go, and that's exactly how we're going to end this first period. Colton Stevens of the Blue Jays ahead of Jackson Shawnee of Shawnee, 3-0. Choice goes to Guthrie, and Colton Stevens chooses bottom. Jackson Shawnee covers, and we're going to be back to action here in the second period. Quick stand up by Colton Stevens. Gets brought back down, and Shawnee's got that leg in. Stevens able to bring it out. Now he gets to his feet. Stomps that leg down, and he's out. That's 1 point, Colton Stevens. Up 4-0. Stevens passes the elbow, catches that right side single leg. He's going to try to circle and step over. Pop his head out. He'll have 3. Very nicely done there by Colton. He gets right to work on top. Pulls that arm right back out. He's got a chicken wing this time. He's got a chicken wing this time. He's got the arm barred on the far side, and now he's fixing to run the head. And Shawnee does a good job of posturing the opposite direction and posts that leg to kind of shut it down. Colton still has the chicken wing, and he still has, well, he had the bar arm, and now he's transitioned that to a hammer lock where he's got it right along the back. Look for him to try to dig with his arm and hook underneath and catch that wrist. If he does, he'll run out front and spin all the way around and kind of catch himself in a half. All the way around, he's going to hook the head. He's almost got this. He's got it. This is tight. This is the tough one to get off your back from. He's got to try to walk that left arm up over top of Shawnee's head. He's losing the head with his right arm, but his left arm's got to walk forward. You can see him start to creep his fingers. And Shawnee able to get off his back from what was a very, very tight lock. The boys in Kansas call that move an Air Force. Moving down now to 20 seconds to go. Colton Stevens did that textbook. Hats off to Jackson Shawnee for fighting off his back in what is a very difficult pinhold to even think about getting out of. And he just effortlessly got out. There's a roll through tilt by Colton Stevens. He just takes that bar arm seat belt, runs through and grabs a quick tilt. Looking super sharp. He's going to pick up 4 more points. And that is going to be a tech fall. That's bonus point wins. That's going to be 5 points for the Bluejays at 157 pounds, thanks to Colton Stevens. We're going to bump up to 165 now for the Bluejays. And Clayton Kerry will be wrestling. As we're waiting to see who Shawnee brings out here. Look, it's going to get a little clever here. Got several wrestlers they can tote out. And I'm not sure who they are wrestling. George Lamelli, it looks like. Gage Lamel. Clayton Stevens with a quick takedown. Picks up 3. Mully takes a shot, blocks brawl. Trying to get behind us. Clayton Kerry reshots that outside single and picks up 3. And that's going to be 6-1 now, 6-2. Does a little duck under to a double leg. And that's going to be 3 more for Clayton Kerry with a minute still to go in the first period. As they work towards the out of bounds, Clayton Kerry hooks up a chicken wing. He's got a bar arm on the other side. Lamelli down there trying to lock his hands together to keep that from happening. And Clayton Kerry trying to work here to get some near fall. You see Coach Jaden Davenport over there in the background trying to walk him through this. As if I know Coach Davenport, he wants the fall here. This team needs 6 points. And Clayton Kerry's fighting for that. Hats off to Gage Lamelli, as this is a tall order to try to get a guy like Clayton Kerry off you. And he is stuck down here trying to fight. He's got 20 seconds to go, but it's not going to be enough. As Clayton Kerry picks up 6 more points for the Bluejays. These Bluejays now go out to a 26-14 lead.
Now wrestling 175.
Jaden Tucker's coming out for the Bluejays. Jaden Tucker making his varsity debut for these Bluejays. Not sure who the wrestler is at 175. We're going to call him Nolan Ward because that's what my sheet says. And we're to action here. And Ward gets a takedown to his back. Jaden Tucker finds himself in trouble here early on. 3-point takedown. Tucker's fighting back. And now Ward's trying to get this snake. He's trying to roll it around. He's got that underhook. He's got the head. And Jaden Tucker's in all kinds of trouble here. Got to try to keep fighting. Tough to fight here. But Tucker's doing a good job. You see him pushing with his feet. It tells you how hard he's fighting. He's pushing hard with those feet, trying to push his shoulders off the mat. There's a little bit of a gap there still, but it won't take much. And there's the fall. That's going to be 6 points for Shawnee as Nolan Ward picks up the pin. And the duel's getting closer now as Shawnee puts 6 more on the board. But the Bluejays are still ahead 26-20 as we move up to the 190-pound weight class. Rowan McCone's going to be wrestling for Guthrie. And Isaiah Silcox will be wrestling for Shawnee. This has been a great duel. You know, Guthrie came into this duel ranked number 15. Shawnee tied for number 10th with Claremore, and Claremore was able to get a victory over Guthrie earlier on today in their last duel. But now this duel, Guthrie coming after Shawnee, and so far looking good. Rowan McCone coming out, trying to dominate with that head position. And there's a high C shot there by Silcox. He's got that leg up. Look for McCone to try to go elevator here. And now he's got this tight. This is nasty here. This is tight. Silcox is pinned. And Rowan McCone, Rowan McCone from Guthrie gets the pin there for the Bluejays. That's 6 more points on the board. And a big-time bonus point win for the Bluejays. That's going to matter a lot as we come down to the end here.
Score is 32
as we move up to the 215-pound class.
No home cooking here.
It's Bryce Dennis for the Bluejays.
Move on to 215.
Wrestling 215 is Case Schultz. Current duel score 32-20. And if Shawnee's going to tie this duel, they're going to have to get 2 pins. They're going to have to pin at 215 and pin at heavyweight. They cannot win the duel, but they can tie the duel with 2 pins. And they've got to do it in these 2 matches if they want to stay in this. Otherwise, Guthrie's going to pull the upset over the number 10 ranked. And Childers takes him to his back for 3 takedown. And Bryce Dennis able to get off his back and get back to his feet. And he's trying to get away here. And he gets 1, and Childers comes right back at him. Dennis trying for his double leg, catches it. Oh, he's almost there, he's almost there. And he's able to get the 3 points for the takedown. And now it's Bryce Dennis is up 4-3. Trying to stay behind these arms. And now Bryce has got a half. It's a deep half. Schilder's able to stand up and get away, and now it's tied up at 4. And I'll have to make there's a double leg by Childers right to his back. Bryce Dennis hanging onto the head. He's got to let go and try to get to his belly, but he is pinned. In case Childers picks up a pin for Shawnee. And I'm going to have to make a correction on my previous statement. We did not start at 106 pounds. So after this heavyweight match, we've still got 2 more matches, and Shawnee has a chance to get back in the lead if they can win these next 3 matches. Still have 3 matches to go. We're going back to 106, and we're going back to 112. And remember, Guthrie is open at 106, so we are down to the wire on what's going to be an exciting duel. Sir William Morgan of Guthrie.
Wrestling for Guthrie, and Nathan Lane for your Shawnee Wood.
As the big boys go at it, this is going to have huge implications moving back to the beginning. It looks like Nathan Lane's going to be the heavyweight wrestling, I believe. I'm not sure on that, but I think I'm right based on what they said. Sir William Morgan for the Bluejays. Had a good match his last match, wasn't able to pull it off, but a tough heavyweight to score on. And Nathan Lane here for Shawnee. So we're going to be ending this duel on the 112-pound match. That's going to be Joel Landry for the Blue Jays. I believe the Blue Jays are open at 106 pounds. So, folks, we got a duel here, and it's going to be coming down to the wire with, I believe, 2 matches to wrestle, and then there's going to be a 6-point given to Shawnee at the 106-pound weight class. This is any man's game, and these heavyweights, this is going to be a big determining factor in this duel. Guthrie still up 32-26, but Shawnee within reach. Heavyweights with heavy ties. Probably no one willing to commit early on to a shot that takes them to their knees or takes them to where they'd have to fall underneath the large man. Heavyweights often try to pull, or they take standing shots just like Sir Will does right there. Just like that right there. Sir Will stays in bounds, toes in bounds. Referee calls him out of bounds and does not get the points. That'll be a fun one to go back and watch in slow motion to see if they actually went out of bounds. Not able to do the replay here as they keep wrestling, but great job by Sir Will trying to make something happen. And again, these big guys probably aren't going to be too eager to get underneath one another, but if they can hit standing shots like we just saw, that will be what they do. Second period here is 0-0. Sir William Morgan's on bottom, tripod straight to his feet. Now he's all the way up. And big Ethan Lane tried to hold on and get him down, couldn't do it. And Sir Will gets the 1-point escape for the first score of the duel. As they move around, Coach Jaden Davenport over there on the side really trying to get Sir Will to go back to that single leg he hit earlier. He was taken down out of bounds. He did get the takedown, but he ran out of real estate. And there he gets on it again. Towards the out of bounds, trying to drag him back in, catches him on his back. This is trouble here for Lane. Lane's in all kinds of trouble. And so Sir Will's got to stay in bounds. That's the pin, and that's 6 points for the Blue Jays. Take down to a pin for Sir William Morgan, and that's going to be 6 points. Big time 6 points for the Blue Jays. That's going to help this duel get sealed up. As I believe mathematically Shawnee will be out of a chance to win as they pick up a forfeit at 106. We're going to go back down to 112 pounds. And Joel Landry's going to be wrestling for the Blue Jays. 106-pounder is going to go out here and get his hand raised. That's going to be 6 points for.
6 points earned by Will.
And now it comes down to the fun. Guthrie is in a 6-point lead. So if Shawnee can get a pin, they can tie this duel. And if they cannot get a pin, then Guthrie's going to win this duel. What a fun one this has been, and what fun one this is about to be. For a duel to come down to something like this, a lot of fun. This duel has been a good one. At 113 pounds, I think we've got Booker Dahlman. Zero score here the first 20 seconds. No one's really committing, just feeling each other out. There's a lot on the line here in this duel. Normally duels like this come down to the big men, and I was getting excited going into that match thinking that it was going to be down to the last 6 points. Well, there were more matches to be wrestled, and now we end up in the same situation. Only with number 12 pounds, 113-pounder Joel Landry takes a nice little ankle pick, knocks him down to his butt, but now Booker Dahlman almost comes out the back, and now Joel Landry squirrels himself around. He did get the 3 points for the takedown. Now Landry, these little guys scrambling a lot different than the heavyweights did. And Dahlman trying to find his way back on top, and he's fixing to give up near fall if he hangs on too much. Joel Landry's got to come out the back and get that half. He's nearly got a tilt. He's got the arm caught underneath. He's got the leg. These legs twisted up. Dahlman's kind of stuck there on bottom, and now he's able to base up. Landry bumps down to a hip. He's got to stay off that hip. He's got a leg in now, and now Dahlman starts to pull that leg up. Landry laying back real hard, trying to pull him back on top, and he's in trouble. He's way too high, and Dahlman starts to swim around trying to get on top. We're down to 15 seconds left to go in this match. Wisely, Landry grabs that ankle. He's just got to keep that, and he's just got to hold on here. We're down under 5 seconds now, and Dahlman's trying to come out the back. Landry's just fishing himself on, trying to hang on. We got 2 seconds. We got 1, and we get out of that period as Joel Landry barely hangs on to the top position and keeping that 3-0 lead as Booker Dahlman trying to get off on bottom. Nearly made it happen, but not quite. And now choice is going to go to Shawnee, and they defer. And now choice goes back to Guthrie, and Joel Landry picks bottom underneath Booker Dahlman. We'll see what Dahlman can do on top. I got a feeling he's crafty based on what he was doing on bottom. Good stand up here by Joel Landry. Does a great job standing up. Gets right back in on a single leg immediately and gets a reversal. And now he rolls right into a tilt, going right back to it again. Getting stuck on his back. Boy, that was dangerous. That was dangerous, but he was able to get through. No points, though. 5-0. He did get the reversal. And now it's 5-0. Joel Landry over book top. Getting to work, trying to get a turn. He's running halves. Got a half on the far side now. He's got the barm. He's going back and forth. Landry's doing a good job of staying out of trouble, but he's got to get to his base. There we go. Now he's getting to his feet. Now he's got to try to get away here. That way he's secure, staying out of trouble. Gets the escape. Great job. Fakes coming in. Gets another point. That's 6-2. Joel Landry, 20 seconds to go in the second period. Action-packed match. High C there by Dahlman. Big time shot. High C to a half. He's going for broke. Not able to secure that, but he does get 3 points for the takedown. With 1 second left to go, Joel Landry calls for a blood time. Looks like he's got a bloody nose in the middle of all that action. Current score 7-5. Joel Landry with a takedown, a reversal, and 2 escapes. And Booker Dahlman got a takedown and a reversal of his own in what has been a crazy action-packed 113-pound matchup. This duel has come down to the wire, and it's actually been a pretty fun duel back and forth. And Shawnee started off early, and Guthrie kind of maintained a big lead for a while. And then creeping in they came, and now they got to get a pin here to tie the duel. And if Joel Landry, who is in the lead, can just get through this match without getting pinned, Guthrie's going to win. And now it's just a 1 second left in the second period. And now we go into the third period. Shawnee's going to go down. Booker Dahlman gets right to his feet. And Joel Landry trying to do this roll through tilting. He gets caught on his back. Big time risk that he didn't have to take. Gives up the reversal. Match is now tied 7-7. Landry's got to stay strong. Fall. Landry could sit here and win this match, but now Dahlman's trying to get out the back door for the reversal. Should should be 14-9. 13-9 should be the score here. Maybe it's 11-9. And holy cow, we got a crazy match. There's 25 seconds left to go. Landry's up by 2. Booker Dahlman trying to get the takedown to win this match. He's got to get a takedown to win this match. He needs 3 points. He cuts the corner. Landry somehow gets his arm caught up through the back. He's got the underhook. There's 5 seconds left to go. Booker Dahlman trying to do everything he can. Landry trying to hang on to this matchup. Landry, Joe Landry of Guthrie at 113 pounds is going to win this match. 3 more points for the Bluejays, who pull the upset tonight against Shawnee. Number 15 ranked beats number 10 in Class 5A, and Guthrie Bluejays with the win. And Joe Landry also gets a win of his own. And what a crazy, crazy duel this was tonight, folks. It was a fun night of wrestling. Started off with a duel against Claremore. Guthrie fell a little bit short. And what was another good matchup, Claremore just had a few too many wins by bonus. And then we finished it off tonight with a duel against Shawnee, also ranked number 10. And somehow teams against Shawnee and Claremore on 3 mats. Started at 4:30. We're ending here tonight. I don't even know what time it is. Ending at 9:30 at night. And what has been a long night of wrestling, but a lot of fun. Got to preview our Blue Jay wrestlers tonight. They've been wrestling a few tournaments. I know the junior has some sophomores that moved into juniors that are going to be some great wrestlers. So excited to see these Blue Jay wrestlers get after it this season. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching the duel. I'm not going to be able to talk to Coach Davenport tonight, but we will catch him at the next duel, or perhaps we'll get an interview with him later on this week. Just want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Guthrie News page and for watching this broadcast, and also just want to let you guys know that we will be back at Memorial next Thursday. Memorial High School on Thursday. We'll be live there. If you guys can make it out to the duel, it'll be great to see. If not, we'll be live here on the Guthrie News page on YouTube. Want to thank you guys one last time for tuning in. Want to give a shout out to Chris Evans for all the work he put into putting these graphics up. Want to thank my camera crew. I got Lindsey Silvas over here running production and taking care of all the guys in the back. And then Wyatt Silvas was on the camera. Wager Silvas was on the score clock tonight. It was great to have all the help, and I appreciate all you guys tuning in. We'll catch you next time on the Guthrie News page, next Thursday night's duel, and we will see you guys. Well, let me figure out what button I need to push here so I can get off air. We'll see you guys next time.